Yeah, so we're training in cardio, flexibility, and strength. Well, this is the after. This is the after. Look how peaceful. Who's peaceful after a workout?
I am a little bit more peaceful. I am really amazed. A lot of people will look at India, Chef India, be like, oh, she's in great shape. And I run, I do things, to stay active. I think I lead an active lifestyle. But the workout that I just did with Sister Kwaza was very different in the sense that what I thought would be like simple movements end up being work for me, And it was very humbling. I actually almost started to cry because I couldn't do what I thought I could do. If anybody came and asked me, can you bend, can you do, bend and move forward correctly without losing your balance, I would say, yeah, of course I could do that. But I realized that that I haven't been using those muscles and tissues or any of that at all. I just been going running. And
most of us will do the things that we know that we're familiar with. When we were back and we were high school track stars and our trophies and stuff, we do the things that we remember. We go to a default. But there are different things that go with quality movement and education. First of all, it keeps you injury free, and that's critical, because if you rip and tear some things, you're not going to get them back. Right. And we want to respect the body. We want to come off of sitting in front of a desk or doing nothing and just hit the ground running and jump into the Spartan race and Tough Mudder races. Those in the States that I'm talking about. We're competing to run in these races quite often for the ego. And we can destroy and really harm the body, because the brain wants to do something that we haven't even prepared the body to do, or the mind. Not even like the brain, not the brain, the mind wants to do something that we haven't prepared it to do. And we can pull and rip connective tissue, which doesn't repair very quickly. I'm humbled by education. I'm humbled. I've worked with all kinds of people, and it's humbling. It's humbling, but I can say it's a beautiful thing to be able. My godfather used to say, it's amazing when you can know that your body can do whatever you want it to do. And I want my body to be able to serve me for as long as possible into the latter years. So form is going to follow function. So if you're able to move your body and it's flexible and you can make it do things, then you'll have the aesthetic that you're looking for. Most people are so worried about how they look. But if you focus more on the function, you will have the form. It just goes with it. In addition to being supported by like optimal quality fuel that inherently doesn't leave a lot of waste on your waist.
It's interesting because it's like I said, I compare what I just experienced, which this is the third time. This is the third time that I've experienced Sister Kwaza's, expertise when it comes to personal training and physical training. And I would say I liken it to food. Anyone out there knows that Chef India is very knowledgeable and has enough experience. I could have more experience. 10 years in the scheme of teachers who have been doing living foods for 30, 40, 50 years. 10 years is very, very minute, right? So I would say within the 10 years, I liken my experience to when people come to me and they're like, well, I eat healthy and, I eat fruits and but it's a whole different experience to be experienced with something and then to not. And I also think that a lot of people assume because you eat healthy that you're actually physically, you could be physically agile, and you can
have a certain kind of aesthetic genetically or whatever.
But not even just aesthetic, but also like you can be in shape. Like what, I don't get winded if I walk up a hill, or I ride my bike. I have endurance, I have the endurance down. A lot of that has to do with the level of hydration. But I think people assume that, because you can run 5 miles or you can run 3 miles or you can ride your bike 20 miles, that you are strong in other areas that you've never even used.
Bingo. In other areas. So people will often choose the things that they like, not the areas of discomfort, the things that make them uncomfortable. That's where change happens.
So I just have to say give thanks to Body-Culinary for the personal training session today. I was telling Sister Kwaza she makes me a better person. So I really love that.
That's what we're supposed to do for each other. It's fun to
I think
me.
y'all should look out for that, especially if you're in Belize. You know, you should definitely look up Body-Culinary for some personal training.
Or even if you're in the States, because we're doing more things online, or
Yeah, and then
hook up for some personal
I haven't
retreats.
experienced Sister Masani yet, and Delilah
Oh boy, you're
Fitness.
gonna get it.
But I think I got the ease in with Sister Kwaza, because I was like, I can't, and she was like, I was like, well, you know, I'm fasting, you know, all kind of excuses. Like, what kind of excuse can we give to get this over with quick? You know, but then there's also a humbling as well. I think there was a humbling too, because I was like, you know what, this is what I asked for. For all of you out there, Chef India Camille, asked to be stronger in my upper body, and plus I'm trying to look like Tayana, what's her name?
Taylor.
You know what I'm saying? So we see how that goes, you know, but this is day one of many days to come that I will be strengthening and learning from Body-Culinary and Delilah Fitness, and taking you on the journey so that you could see how accessible these sisters are, and how important it is to get the knowledge from these sisters, to learn so that you can be more capable. Because listen, I'm a living foodist, 10 years, going on 11 years. Maybe not. Maybe it's like going on 10 years. 10 years.
I think all of us have.
You know, 10 years.
Hey,
It's 9 years going on 10 years.
Question: was it boring? Did you ever think about being bored at any point
In the workout? No, I was thinking,
you didn't have the opportunity.
There were moments where I was thinking, like, when is this going to be done? You know, but then I had to strengthen. And something that Sister Kwaza is really, really, I really love her energy and sharing with me, is that she's firm, but she's not pushy. You know, she's firm because she's firm, and she also is nurturing at the same time. You know, she could see where I was struggling with different, and she just would repeat herself again and again in a different way so that I could have some kind of comprehension. She took her time.
That's
to
the
really
other muscle
show me,
that you're strengthening. It's mental toughness. Like, we move for the way it makes us feel. If you're moving for the way it makes you feel, you don't have to worry about looks.
I could say this sister right here is tough. And she gave me an analogy, you know, she not even an analogy, but she said, you know, just in more ways than one, think about your ancestors and what your ancestors have gone through. This is nothing compared to what they have gone through. And I will say, when we were doing, what are those things? What are those?
We did the plank steps, and when the mountain climbers.
The mountain climbers, which last time I think we posted this when I was in high. We was in the house. This was very challenging, you know. And when she said that, I just tuned in visually to my ancestors being on a boat,
and your
and
spirit
not having
ain't tired.
any water.
Your spirit is not
food.
tired. Your spirit is not tired.
And that was the next thing she said.
Your spirit ain't tired.
She said, "Fix your face, India," because my face
Relax.
is like. And she was like, "Fix your face.
Relax your
spirit
face.
is not tired."
Your spirit ain't tired.
So, and it makes sense.
Your spirit is inspired. But we just get bogged down with too much mental programming, too much mindless music, too much mindless entertainment, too much food that has zero electricity, zero nutrients in it. It's just a party in your mouth, but it's not real food. It can't support the spirit.
Yeah.
Your spirit is not tired.
Yeah.
Your spirit, I mean, that's the part I miss. I mean, seeing people dig into that, tap into that, then that's also reciprocal for the trainer or the coach.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You know, the thing is it's like, even with fasting, I'm going to bring it back to this fasting right now, right? Because I think there are a lot of people out there like, I can't work out, I can't go do this, I can't do this and I would say this enhanced that, because I had emotions, and still emotions are coming up right now that I'm processing, and the workout brought out those emotions, you know, brought out insecurities that I had, brought out, you know, humble. I was very humbled, I have to say. So tune in, you know, next time we will see, you know, what kind of exercises maybe, you know, Sister Kwaza can share with me that we can share with you.
You know what? Good point. There's one thing to leave people with that I'm crystal clear on. One of the best places to work your emotions out is with physical activity. That's part of what keeps us eating mindlessly, is because we're not getting an outlet. One of the best places is in a safe space to work out your emotions is with vigorous physical activity. Not beating yourself into the ground. Not saying destroying your joints and getting injured, but with a safe but challenging, building a mental toughness and being a place to emote. and the feelings of I can't. In a safe context, best place to do is with physical activity.
Because now I feel more like I can now. So I'm
you
about
just
to
gave
go
you
to the
physical
next thing.
You gave you evidence that you can. You
Yeah.
gave you tangible evidence that you can because you ain't dead. You better than before.
I actually feel like now I can go do something that I thought I was avoiding.
Yeah, inspired ain't tired. You heard it right here with Body-Culinary and Back to Live.
All right, y'all.
All right, peace.